What's up, guys? What's up? What's happening? How y'all doing? Yeah, sorry about that. I just did some updates on my system, and it looks like a lot of things have been reset. This is my first time actually trying to live stream since I made these changes or updates to my system. I think OBS got some updates, and so it kind of messed up. But what's happening though? How y'all doing, man? Definitely appreciate you guys coming through. So today, what I kind of wanted to just quickly look at was Cali. If you guys didn't know, last month, Cali, I think it was last month. Let me make sure. I don't want to tell you guys the wrong thing. Yeah, last month for sure. Last month, they released Cali released a new, version of Kali Linux. You know what I'm saying? Offensive security. They actually released a new version, and it comes with a couple new tools that I want to kind of check out. Like, I'm not big in cybersecurity. You know what I'm saying? But I do play around with Kali Linux because obviously it's a Linux distribution, and so I always, check it out, look at some of the tools. Like, I don't have a need for it because I don't use, Kali Linux like talking about on my day-to-day job or anything. I just kind of play around with it on the side, and just wanted to do a video, for people that are interested in getting into the IT field in cybersecurity. Then Kali Linux is most likely what you're going to be playing around with. You know what I'm saying? And so that's mainly why I wanted to do this video. I start this video off. Shout out to everybody in the building. No, I see Dexter's Laboratory. Yeah, shout out to you. That was one of my favorite shows when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Dexter though. Dexter, what's up, man? Santiago, he says, keeping it techie. Yes, I always got to keep it techie, bro. You know what I'm saying? Definitely appreciate you coming through. Life of Infamy. What's good? What's good? How you doing? Shout out to everybody coming through. You know what I'm saying? Definitely appreciate it. What's up, lovely angel lady? My lovely wife, chilling with me, rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? In the building. She says, good afternoon. Keep it techie fam. Please thumbs up, please join and share. Thanks in advance. Yeah, shout out to you. Appreciate you supporting me. um, which software you love? Ubuntu and Kali Linux, yeah, other operating system software. Um, well, to be honest, I've been using a lot of Linux tools, for a very long time, or Linux software for a very long time, and so um, I don't really have favorite tools on Windows anymore. Like, I used to install, just basic things, to keep my system clean and all that stuff when I was using Windows, you know what I'm saying? But now I don't even really know, other than, administration tools that I use for work. You know what I'm saying? PowerShell, stuff like that, or whatever. But that's built into the operating system. But as far as like software, I don't really play around with any other software on, Linux. I mean, on Windows, period. So, um, let me see what else. Oh, and I'm tripping. You were talking about Ubuntu and Kali. Which software do I love? Well, oh man, everything on Linux, pretty much. Kden Live. I'm a fan of Kden Live. That's what I do all my editing with. You know what I'm saying? Using Kden Live. Um, OBS, it's a lot of tools out there that I actually use. You know what I'm saying? Um, but let me see what else. Parrot OS, yeah, Parrot OS is similar. And shout out to you, AA, for coming through. I definitely appreciate you. Yeah, it's very similar. It's essentially the same thing. They use the same repositories, all the same tools. It's all in the preference of the distribution that you want to use. You know what I'm saying? Just Parrot uses uh, a different set uh, of software for the desktop environment to make it look a certain way. But essentially, it's the exact same thing. You know what I'm saying? So, um, and Kali Linux can be just as heavy as Parrot Linux. Parrot Linux does have like some extra tools on it to make it a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? But like more software on it, but it's essentially the same. You know what I'm saying? The nit and gritty of it is the tools that you'll use, to do pen testing, or white hat hacking or something to that effect. All those tools are pretty much there, and you use them the exact same way. Um, and that's the thing. most people get tied into these operating systems or distributions, but all this software can be installed on any other Linux distribution. You know what I'm saying? You may have to tweak the operating system a little bit to get in order to get certain things to work properly, like I don't know, like let's say you're trying to use your graphics card to help you with cracking, you know, a hash or something like that using, I don't know, Jack the Ripper or something like that. um you may have to make some tweaks there or whatever, make sure you have the right drivers and versus it automatically being installed in Kali or Parrot, you know what I'm saying, where it allows you to use your graphics card. You may have to go in and make some adjustments there, but other than that, all this software actually works on any other Linux distribution. You know what I'm saying? You can install Nmap, you know, Beef, you know, all that stuff can be installed on any other Linux distribution. You can set up a hacking box or a pen testing box using Ubuntu or um, any other Linux distribution, Debian. You know what I'm saying? Which is essentially what Kali is. Kali is Debian based. And all they did was put all the tools on top of Debian. You know what I'm saying? It has their own repository where they test it, make sure it works, put it out there. So essentially the exact same thing. Now, let me see what else somebody else said. Which software you love? Oh, Parrot OS. Caranels, what's up, bro? Shout out to you. Maddox, what's up, man? Good to see you in the building. Sinister Frog, he says, excited to see these tools. Well, let's go on and switch over to the browser, because one way you can find out the list of tools, which I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get all of them to work. You know what I'm saying? Because I haven't played around with this before. You know, I started this live stream. So I haven't tested this software or see if it actually works or see if it's pre-installed at all. I just installed the operating system just to, you know, bring it up and try to go through and see if this stuff works. But you can always go to Offensive Security's website, which is Kali.org. You can go there, and they have a blog post, as you can see right here, basically talking about the release, and it basically has the release notes, or at least links to the release notes and everything. So it says, it's that time of year again, time for another Kali Linux release, quarter number 2, Kali Linux 22.2. The release has various impressive updates, all of which are ready for immediate download and updating. Yeah, see, it may not, well, it should come with the tools, you know, if you downloaded a new version or a new copy of the ISO, this copy of the ISO, it should have all these tools that they're talking about, or other software, like for instance, GNOME 42. So if you're using GNOME, you know what I'm saying, it's got 42 on here. And then KDE Plasma, you know what I'm saying, version bumps with more polished experience, multiple desktop enhancements, so disable motherboard before XFCE, alternative panel layout for ARM, better support for VirtualBox shared folders, and lots more. Now that's one thing I actually like, because I used to use VirtualBox a whole lot. I haven't used it recently because I went on and got a server or whatever that allowed me to just do a little bit more, you know, as far as sharing documents as well as hardware and stuff like that. So I run all my virtual machines on servers, and this is definitely a benefit right here. VirtualBox, if you use VirtualBox, you know what I'm saying. I've always had trouble, you know, sharing documents or moving documents, you know, the copy paste. I've always ran into issues with that copy paste, you know, from that. But tweaks to the terminal, enhanced ZSH, so syntax highlighting, inclusion of Python 3 pipe or pip, I'm sorry, and Python 3 virtual environment by default. And then also, this is one thing I wanted to check out, the Hollywood mode. If you guys never seen this, I think I did a video on it a while back, just showing you guys how to. I think I installed it on Orchard or something, or installed it on. Or it might not be in this specific program, but it was a program like this. I think it was Hollywood mode, where it basically brings up, you know, a whole bunch of terminals, and it kind of looks like somebody actually hacking when you're actually not. I mean, it's just the way they portray it in the movies of someone hacking, all these different screens popping up all over the place, and that's really not how it is. But that's the Hollywood way of actually looking at it, or they portray it in the movies. Let's see, Kelly Uncabut Bar. I don't know what that is. ButterFS snapshot support for Kali. So yeah, ButterFS or BetterFS. Let's see, WinKex 3.0 pseudo support for GUI apps. Okay, so that's cool. That's there. Let's see, new tools, various new tools added. WPS attack on Kali Net Hunter. And I haven't played around with that, but we're gonna go through this article and kind of look at what I got over here on the system, or because I actually got it installed. So let's actually bring that up, and actually let me not ignore y'all in the chat. He says ParrotOS is very heavy and Kali Linux is very, very efficient resource use. Yeah, that's true. I've heard that as well. Yes, that's what makes Linux so legit due to constant customization on it. Yeah, definitely. How to learn dark web and how to learn hacking for beginners. Now I'm not, yeah, like I said, I'm not no cybersecurity guy or a cybersecurity researcher or a hacker or any of the sort. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of play around with the tools and see if I can actually figure out how to use it. You know what I'm saying? Or what it's actually meant for. Oh, kaput is German for broken. Okay. All right. I didn't know that. Hey, thanks, you learn something every day. I didn't know that. Let me actually go back up here and look at this. Unbroken bar. Okay, so unkaput bar. Okay, so ButterFS that basically fixes, I guess it fixes ButterFS, the snapshot support. Oh, so that's dope. That's a cool name that they came up with for that. So let's hop right over to Kali Linux and just see what we can do. Figure out how to actually use it. And right now I'm actually running updates on it. So let's see. Let's go down here and see if we're gonna be able to bring it up. Yeah, and OBS has fully reset on me, so I gotta fix a bunch of stuff as I'm going through. All right, cool. So there we go. That's our Kali Linux install. And right now, as you can see, I was running updates. I just went on and started it while I was running those updates. And or went on and started the live stream while I was running those updates. You know what I'm saying? And because I figured they would be done by the time we actually get it done. Because I think I installed this a while back, a little while back, where I was trying to see some of those updates or whatever, but I didn't look for them. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just kind of been sitting here. And I knew it needed some updates. I just didn't go in and update it. But most of you guys probably already know how to use Kali Linux. And what's up, O'Shea Linux? The hobbyist, what's good, bro? How you doing, man? Greetings to you. And before the billions, good to see you in the building, man. Salute to you as well. Just showing a little Kali Linux, just playing around with it, seeing what we can see about the new changes they've made to Kali Linux according to their article. And as you can see, I'm using XFCE. This is XFCE. Just so you guys know, not using I'm not using whatever they call it, GNOME. I'm not using GNOME at the moment. I'm using XFCE. I installed the XFCE version. Let me see if what's the name of that thing? Let me see if that's installed on here. What's that app called? I'm trying to think of what it's called. It should be on here. Let me see. Hold on. Let me look at my file on my main system. So let's go. Let's cat out this file. Let me see. Hold on. Let's go. And I'm starting to lose my edge, man, playing around with some of this stuff. Yeah, let's go to my bash RC because I know I put it in yeah. So let's see if NeoFetch is on here. I couldn't think of the name of the application, and it's probably not on here. Let's run it and see. NeoFetch is not found, but can be installed. Yeah, well, yeah. So we'll have to install it. I'm gonna just press enter and not install it right now. All right, so I update. Well, actually, let's update it. I mean, let's install it right fast. So sudo apps install NeoFetch, and that's cool. That's actually in the repository, in the main repository, because I think NeoFetch on Orch, I think it's in the user repository at the moment. So let's see. I'm gonna reboot the system after this too, and bring it back up. Oh, and you guys can't even see what I'm doing, but yeah, basically installing NeoFetch, and our updates are done. So we can close that terminal. And let me see who else is showing up. Let's see. Made full tutorial Linux on one video for how to use Linux and how to use Kali Linux. Yeah, well, I actually created. I don't know if you know. I'm not sure if because I don't remember your name. So I'm not sure if you noticed, but I got a full introduction to Linux course on my channel. It's like 3 hours where I go through pretty much everything on how to use Ubuntu, um, and the terminal as well. The terminal, works the same pretty much on all Linux distributions. You know what I'm saying? As far as the just running the commands and all the basic built-in commands for Linux, they're all the same. You know what I'm saying? So once you learn that or understand that, then you can get on any Linux distribution and use it. Exactly the same. All right, so we got NeoFetch on here. Let's go down and run the command. All right, NeoFetch, press enter. See what we got here. Yeah, XFCE. I knew I had XFCE in here. I always install XFCE for Kali Linux. Some of you guys may want to try a different one. And yeah, you're right. Launch your own course. I purchased definitely. Yeah. It's on my channel for free, and maybe I shouldn't have done that, you know what I'm saying, by putting it out there for free, but I just really wanted to help people. And then also, I'm not that big of a YouTuber where I have a whole bunch of, people following me or something like that. So um people not gonna find it, you know what I'm saying, if I didn't put it out there. So a lot of people found me from that course because it actually got picked up by Free Code Camp, and all that stuff. They put it out there, and actually just to show you guys, or just to show you, because I don't know, I don't remember seeing you, bro, before, but I appreciate you coming through. I just don't remember seeing you in the chat before, so I don't know if you know that's why I'm showing you. But if you go to Free Code Camp, boom, actually we could have put Linux in there. I think I got the newest Linux video on there. Yeah, there we go. So Linux crash course. As you can see, it's got almost 400,000 views on it, if you could see that number. And it was posted like February. But yeah, this was my course I put together and put it on my channel. They picked it up. You know what I'm saying? They thought it was good, so they put it on their channel or whatever. But you can go through this. It's 3 hour course or a little under three 3 hour course. You can check it out. You know what I'm saying? And also, if you want to just support me, then it is on my channel as well. So I put it out there for free for anybody that wants it or whatever, or wants to, you know, learn Linux. Crash. I think it's called Linux Crash. Yeah, there we go. So 3 hour course. It's on my channel too. I got like 3,500 views on it. So if you want to support me, you can as well. So either way. But anyway, just wanted to show you guys that. Well, show you that, Daxter. I definitely appreciate it. And yeah, you're right. I need to go through and do a full video for Cali, and I'm sure that would actually take off. I might try to put that somewhere as well. But essentially, I'm using XFCE desktop 4.16, so it's got. Let me restart the system right fast. That way I can make sure all the applications are fully up to date. And let's go back over here to the site. Let's check it out right fast. So yeah. So none of the desktop enhancements will really, well, no, it looks like they do have some tweaks for XFCE. So they disabled noisy motherboard beeps, configure mousepad, set default wallpaper for multi-monitor, fix mouse pointer panel layout for ARM devices. So yeah, XFCE did get a little bit of enhancing, but most of the changes were made, because of GNOME. So since I'm not using GNOME, I can't show you this, but and Plasma as well. So check out this article. Actually, let me put this article in the chat in case one of you guys want to look through it or whatever. And he says, "What's your profession? Please tell me about you." Okay, yeah. So since you here and you interacting with the chat, I might as well just go on and break that down for you. I'll show you or talk about it at least. I've been in the IT field for about 16 years. I've worked as a systems administrator, network administrator. I've also worked as a database developer, and I'm currently working as a database administrator. And I started this channel because I was introduced to Linux from a friend of mine, actually that I met on a job. It was like one of my first, jobs as a systems administrator, and he set up a lot of things on the network using Linux. And what they needed me for was to manage the Windows systems there because I had a lot of experience working with domain controllers. Well, not a lot of school experience. You know what I'm saying? And so since I knew that Windows side, they hired me on for that, for the Windows servers and the Windows systems that they had. Not that he couldn't handle the systems, but mainly they needed me for the servers. You know what I'm saying? The Windows servers, domain controllers, all that good stuff. And so we made a agreement or whatever, or we came up with a plan. He would teach me Linux, and I would teach him Windows. Like I had never heard of Linux before at all, and so he just kind of showed me about it. And the easiest way to learn it is to actually install it. So boom, I installed it, at work, and then we the systems administrators and all that stuff, so we can install whatever we want on our systems. And so I installed Linux, on my system, and that forced me to actually learn it because I still had to do my job using Linux. You know what I'm saying? Using the Linux operating system, so managing pretty much everything like remote desktop, and then I actually had it dual booted so I can get into the Windows servers too at the time. But yeah, that's mainly how I got into Linux. And then also, speaking of education, because I see you asked that, so I went to school, got an associate's degree. That's the first thing I did, and I got an associate's degree in computer networking. Um, That was 2-year degree. I went to Remington College, which was, just one of those small technical schools. And then I went to an online school, American Intercontinental University Online, which I got a bachelor's degree in information technology. And that was after I had already started working in the field. You know what I'm saying, during that time period when I got my bachelor's degree. But after I finished my associate's degree, that's what got me a job, just by having that associate's degree, as well as some experience that I did in the military that was tech as well, tech related. Working with a lot of Excel documents and working with shared drives and all that stuff. I was able to articulate that as some form of tech or managing, information. So that allowed me to, you know, use that as experience as well. But yeah, that's pretty much my education as for or formal education. Now I also have certifications. I have the CompTIA Network Plus, because at one point I was looking at becoming a network engineer or a network administrator. That was the route I was trying to take. So I was planning on taking the Cisco exams and all that stuff after that, CCNA, CCNP, go down the whole list of all the networking um, certifications. Just follow that route. Because Cisco, it still is like kind of one of the industry standards when it comes to, networking. You know what I'm saying? Managing networks. Um, and so I got the CompTIA Network Plus, and like I said, the next thing I was going to take was the Cisco stuff, but I end up getting a job as a database developer. And so after I got Network Plus, I was like, hey, I might as well try to get the Security Plus. So I went that route and just got the CompTIA Security Plus, past that as well. And that's pretty much all the certifications I got right now. I currently got I took the Linux Plus, I took the beta, and actually I need to go see if I passed. But I took the beta, and this was back in like February or something for Linux Plus, CompTIA Linux Plus. And so they don't release the scores for that test or that exam until they release the new test, which I don't think they've released it yet. They said mid-June, so it should be around that time. It is mid-June right now. We're coming up to the end of June, so they should be releasing that as well. So he says, so Andrew, how do you feel about Linux for personal use? Oh, that's what I've been doing throughout my IT career, has been using Linux at the house. Like every system I have, yeah, it'll have Windows on when I buy it, Windows on it when I buy it, but I'll end up wiping it and putting Linux on it. And then also once I started this whole channel, you know what I'm saying, then that was motivation for me to keep using Linux as well. Because I mean, if you've worked in the IT field, you know that majority of the, at least during my time period or whatever, majority of the systems, which I mean it still is nowadays, majority of the systems though that organizations use are Windows. It's on a Windows platform. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Even if it's Active Directory and all that stuff, is Azure. You know what I'm saying? So it's Windows environment at the end of the day, with some Linux sprinkled in, a few Mac computers here and there for people that do the graphics design for the company or something to that effect. You know what I'm saying? Then you'll have a couple Mac computers on the network, but majority of the systems in the environment are Windows based. So what's the point of learning Linux or going too deep into Linux? Because I would mainly have to use a Windows environment at work anyway. So that's that's kind of why. But at home, you know, just to switch things up, I would always have Linux installed on my laptop, my main laptop. And I can always use like my kid's laptop if I need to do something on Windows, which majority of what I do can be done on Linux. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I use it for personal use. And then I know a lot of people that can use it for personal use, because nowadays, and this, I said this in my last video, most people, and if you're looking at Cali right now that I have open, I just opened up Fireflies. Most people, all the work that they do, no matter what type of industry it is, no matter if it's just personal use, this is all you really need. Majority of the people that use a computer, this is mainly what they're doing. Just going to the internet. You know, even if it's like some servers you need to connect to, then you go to AWS, you know, log into your servers from there and manage it. Or you go to Linode, you know what I'm saying? Or Google Cloud Platform. So everything is done in the cloud. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of cases, especially with a lot of newer jobs. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's people still work in the office and all that stuff, but a lot of things are cloud based. And and then I kind of went off track by talking about jobs, but majority of the people go to the internet just to go to their social media, you know, look up things, look up recipes. This is mainly what people use on the operating system. You can, you know, use your, I don't know, if you want to create a Word document, then you can go to, you know, your Google Cloud, or you can go to your Office 365, which is in the cloud. You know what I'm saying? So the need for software on the system is getting less and less. You know, all this extra software that you have on there, and I'm not talking about this operating system in general, because this is mainly for pen testing and all that stuff, cybersecurity and all that. But a normal operating system, you know, you either playing games that are cloud based, you know, using software that's pretty much cloud based, and you don't really need much space, unless, because you can store all your stuff in the cloud depending on what you comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? But most people, all they need is a browser and maybe a word processor, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So you can do that on any, you know, system, if that makes sense. Oh, and what's up, peace Ort? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm just kind of going through Kali Linux, which is for people that are trying to get into cybersecurity. And actually, let's get back to the article. I'm way out track. Let's see if we can play around with some of these tools. So tweaks for the terminal. I'm not gonna play around with that, but there is a word list. Let me show you guys. Let me see if there is a word. Well, now I'll show you clearly output. So let's check out the word list that they got in there. They always put a new updated word list in here. So we can ls this directory. I think it's user share, I believe. And then word list. Let's see what's in here. Boom. Let's ls that directory. Let's see what we got. The RockU word list. So some people, you know, really use that all the time. That word list right there. SQL map.txt metasploit. Yeah, but the RockU one is what a lot of people use. They'll just extract this, and you can use that with your as a password dictionary. That'll go through and try different passwords for you, or it depends on whatever tool you're using. So that's there. Actually, let's see. So let's try to do this. See if we can get it going. The Hollywood. Let's see if it's installed first. So Hollywood activate. I think that's the command for it. Hollywood, and it might not be installed. Yeah, it's not installed. So essentially, all you got to do is type sudo. And actually, let me make this thing bigger. I just realized that a lot of you guys probably can't see exactly what I'm doing. Let's zoom in a little bit. Zoom in. Let's make the terminal bigger too. Make this thing bigger. Here we go. So sudo apps Hollywood, I think it's and actually install first. Man, this thing is really messed up. So I think it's activate. Yeah. So and then dash Y. That way we ain't gotta type in Y. Boom. And that didn't work. Oh, it's because I see, and this thing is so delayed with my keyboard versus the virtual machine that I'm typing in. It's a little delayed, so I can't see when the spaces pop up and all that stuff. Or it looks like the spaces have popped up. Yeah, Network Muscle, what's up, man? He says big up tuning in from the UK. Shout out to the UK, man. I know it's couple people that check me out from over there overseas. I know it's a lot of people in different areas, but it's all over the place. Andre, what's up? Providence Re, I don't know what that means, but shout out to you, bro. Providence or I. Bro, I know you hack Google. You're a genius, and that's no all. I'm proud of you. Nah, like I just play around with Google a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I haven't gotten to the whole dorking thing. I know what you're talking about though. The hacking, the way to like really search Google. I played around with it. I know some of the commands, but I don't really play around with it that much. To kind of show you guys. But let's try this Hollywood thing. And what's up, my man Gabe? He's in the building. Yeah, I'm just showing Kali. I don't know how long you've been here, but I'm just showing Kali Linux, the latest version that they released a little while back, and they had like a couple new features that they put in it. And I was just trying to show them off. But just the Hollywood's little thing or whatever, make it look like how they used to hack back in the day on in Hollywood, as far as like the way, I don't know, it just looked. But let's check this out, man. It's really just playing a video at the end of the day. And some people set this as a screensaver, but it looks like how they used to have it to where they hacked on and also the Matrix movie. So that's super cool. That's super dope. Follow the white rabbit. Yeah. Let me see what else it's saying, man. Yeah, that's cool. I thought it was gonna do a little more. I thought it was gonna show like multiple terminals up and all that, where it looks like it's actually you actually fake hacking. um I thought it was another. Well, maybe I'm thinking about a different application. But most people set this up right here. They'll set it up as a screensaver or whatever. I just wanted to, based on what I heard, they added this to the main repository. So essentially, you can just install it like I just did, and just run it from the terminal. You can even set it up to write a script, not write a script, but put it in your bash or C. I don't know, put it somewhere where it'll run. And probably set this up. You probably set it up as your screensaver and all that good stuff. So, all right, let's exit out. I thought this was gonna be a little bit more. I thought it was gonna have more terminals and all that stuff popping up. So that's weird. What's up, Tay? Hey, did you pass Linux Plus? Let me know, man. Let me know. Cause I don't know yet. I haven't checked it yet. And I know you took the beta as well. So anyway, let's see what we got here. What else is popping up on this as some type of software? So that's the Hollywood Uncaput Bore. Yeah, like I said, that has to do with ButterFS. So we not gonna play around with that too much, but It does take snapshots, differential snapshot, boot snapshot. You can browse the snapshots, additional automatic snapshots. Um, yeah, and I don't think I used ButterFS when I installed this. I don't know. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But now, so this is WinKicks 3.1. This updates eliminates a restriction preventing GUI applications from being run as roots. Now you can start any GUI application with sudo. So let's try that out. Let's switch over. And I don't have anything to compare it to be honest. I never played around with running these applications. I just typically go in and click on them or whatever. But so I don't, like I said, I'm not a cybersecurity professional, so I never really had a reason to play around with Wireshark like that. You know what I'm saying? So uh other than just playing around with it. So let's open up Wireshark. And mind you, this is the first time it's being opened up, so we might run into some issues with it. Or it may, go through the whole set. Oh, it didn't take long at all to open up, so we good to go. And that's the thing. I've always ran it in virtual machines. And it's kind of hard. Well, not really hard. I just never played around with it to the point where I can explain it, to or teach people how to use it. Which I need to go through and learn a little more. But yeah, I haven't played around with it to the point where I can, fully understand it and explain it to people. That's the problem. I can't explain everything to people when it comes to Wireshark because I never really used it to the point where I got a full understanding of it. But as you can see, it's capturing right now. Let's stop it right fast. But you can look at packets and all that stuff. I understand what it's used for. I understand how it works, but yeah, I never really used it. But yeah, hey, you can run the GUI application using sudo. So that's one of the changes they made as well. And let's quit without saving. But boom, that works. Let's see what we got. See what everybody's talking about. Which virtual machine you use? I use VMware. I'm using Proxmox. So if you haven't heard of that, let me go on and pull that up as well. Proxmox is basically a hypervisor as well. It's similar to VMware, but it's Linux based. It's Debian based, and you can install it on a server, and it'll run in the background. It has its own like web interface that you can go to and manage all your virtual machines from it. And that's how I set up my virtual machines using Proxmox. And I had this thing on a Dell, and let me actually pull it up so I can tell you what processor I got on it and all that stuff. But I got a Dell, and the CPUs I have, I had a E2226G CPU, which is 3.4 gigahertz Xeon, 6 times. You know what I'm saying? Kernel version. So yeah, it's got Debian on it, and it's essentially a virtual machine. Like VMware or something. It's basically a server. It's a small server, desktop size server. So, but it has Xeons in it. You know what I'm saying? 6 core, 3.4 gigahertz, 64 gigs of memory in it. I got a terabyte drive in it, I think, or what I got in it. I got SSD running the operating system, and then a general spindle drive. I got extra drives on there too, but SSD running the operating system, and then what else? A terabyte, no, a 5 terabyte in there to hold like a lot of data that I got, and then a 10 terabyte as well in it. So I got a good amount of space on it, but I don't use nearly any of that space other than for the stuff, the data that I have. and it could be like mainly backups and different things like that. So all right, so back over here. So yeah, we can run that. Now here are some of the new tools in Kali. There's brute short, which let's see if some of this stuff is here. And I'll switch back and forth, but let's type brute short, and I'm not even sure what this one is for. And it's not on here. So brute short. And actually I may have to go in and look at the actual application, but it says NFAT, so network forensics analysis tool. Actually, let's click over and see exactly what it does. It's probably it's just mainly a pack. Yeah, okay. So let's actually open up the terminal right fast based on what it's saying. So let's see if it's installed. Brute short CLI. That's the okay, so we have to install it. All right, cool. So we can go in here and actually install it, play around with it. And the package name is brute short. So let's tab it out. Yeah, there we go. So there it is, brute short. I don't even know what this application does, but like it said, is a network forensic analysis tool. Not sure what the difference is between wire short. Well, it's forensic, so maybe you can explain that more. I know what forensics is, but maybe you can explain that more. Gabe, wish I can get you up here, man. Let me go on and drop the link for you. I'm just playing. Can you start cybersecurity or career cybersecurity? Does it have scope? Can I start a career in cybersecurity? Yes, you can. You definitely can. You can start in cybersecurity. I definitely want you to check out Gabe A. He has a channel called Struggle Security, where he actually breaks down how to get into the cybersecurity field. He's actually a cybersecurity professional, unlike myself. I just understand Linux, which a lot of the tools are used on the Linux operating system when it comes to stuff like this, pen testing and all that stuff. That's why I kind of talk about it every now and then. But he will actually help you get into the field. So definitely check out Gabe A. And his channel is Struggle Security. So Gabe, you got a wrench, go down, drop your channel in there if you can, so people can check you out as well. But he does live streams as well. Super dope guy, super knowledgeable guy in the cybersecurity field, that can help you get into it. Let's see. So let's switch back over, and I'm not gonna go through all these applications. Oh, and this one was actually done, so let's play around with it or see what we can actually do with it. So let's go brute short. And it's good to when you learning this stuff, it's just good to just play around with some of this stuff so you can get it to. Oh, okay. So let's type the help. So it is a command line tool. And so you probably have a whole bunch of options. So input directory. So the input directory contains the files to be processed. So this essentially will break down how to use it. So these are all your options. So you want to start off with your input directory, your input. Let's see, it could be a file. You can specify files by commas. Modules. The modules are separated by commas. So credentials, file extracting, network map, DNS VoIP, -o output. So output directory for the results. So you can specify the output directory promiscuous. That's so it's not detected. And it says sometimes needs super user privileges to do so. Use along with L for live capture. And then yeah, here's the live capture. So capture and process. Oh, what the hell did I do? Oh, I actually copied and pasted on accident, or dragged it and dropped it to the terminal. That's why it wrote it out on each line. But then you got your filters as well. So if you need to filter out live traffic processing. So display the help screen and version. Yeah. So yep. And so let's actually check out the version that we have on this thing just to check it out. Just to look at it. So it's the um brute short client 1.0. 1.0. So it's a new application, like they said. Like it said, it's a new tool that's been added to Kali. Um, and then Evil Win or M. Let's see what we got here. Did somebody text me on here? Nah. Yeah, I know Gabe be busy though on the weekends. So, um, but let's see, hack crawler. Or high crawler. Let's see, web crawler designed for easy and quick discovery of endpoints and assets. So let's see if this is on there, because we can actually run this against my website just to see what the hell it does. So let's click on the actual tool. And let's see what it's all about. So hack crawler, and it's probably need to be installed most likely. A lot of times I assumed it would come with it, but when they say new tools, not all the time they're talking about it's installed on the system. So we could check it out, see if it's actually installed. And it isn't. Well, no, it's in the repository. That lets us know it's in the repository. But okay, so yeah, it had to install it. So let's go on and try to use it. So hack crawler, boom, and let's type help in there. Just see how to use the tool. So depth to crawl. So you can specify how deep you want it to crawl. Then insecure, disable TSL verification. That's in case the cert is messed up. You know, a lot of times applications will fail because it's trying to force encryption, but if you don't care if the traffic is insecure, that's fine. When running the crawler, let's see, dash T number of threads to utilize. So let's play around with my website. Let's check this out, man. Hack crawler, and then I'm assuming, and I'm gonna leave the depth to the default, which it says 2, but I'm assuming this is the format. You basically hack crawler, and then you specify the sites you want to look at. So let's go. Actually, we ain't have to put no HTTP. Let's just do KeepItTechie. I think that site is up. KeepItTechie.com. Boom. Let's check that out. No URLs detected. What? URLs.text. Hold on. Let's go in here and see how to actually use it. Let's switch back over. Here we go. This is fun. This is the fun part that I like about it. Like about these types of applications. So they break it down. Dash H will give you the help, which we just looked at. Insecure. Maybe I gotta put HTTP. Let's see. Let's actually switch over again and run it again. So URLs.text. What does it mean? No URLs detected. I'm not sure what they mean by that. It is a URL. So HTTP, and then maybe we gotta put something there. No, I don't say that. So HTTPS :// and I might not be using this right at all. Let's see. Hint: cat URLs.text. No URL detected. That is weird. Hold on. Let's see. Let's go over here and see if we can find some examples somewhere. And maybe you gotta open it up. Maybe you gotta open it up. Hold on, because I ran just to help. So maybe you gotta go in and specify. It might be a full blown like terminal application, and actually it's not. Okay, I don't know. Let's see. Collect URLs by crawling each page the application following links, easily chainable. All right, how do we use this thing? How do we use this? This is weird. How do we use it? Ad crawler. Extract all URL endpoints from my applications. Simply dump them to the command line. So I created one. And this is the article from the actual person that created it. Oh, okay. All right. So I figured it out. I actually had to go to the GitHub for it, but basically you have to echo, and which is a weird way of doing it. I guess you can create a URL. Let's see, cat URL.text. What the? It's basic simple input. All right, let's just run it this way and see what happens. And it looks like you got to use a pipe. So I'm gonna do https :// and if you guys know, you can say it in the chat. Let me know, bro. If I'm doing something wrong, I don't feel bad if someone corrects me. Whatever. I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the smartest when it comes to this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't use cybersecurity tools every single day. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. So, okay. All right. So and essentially what it's supposed to do is, and it's written in Go based on what I've seen, but it's basically grabbing URLs and JavaScript file locations. So it's grabbing everything. As you can tell, it's a WordPress site, so that may give you some information. You know what I'm saying? What else? It's pulling up all the JavaScript. And I think this site was probably hacked at one point. So you might see some files on here that's crazy. You guys might see some files. Because WordPress is notorious for getting hacked if you don't update it all the time. That's why I'm trying to get away from WordPress in a lot of cases. But I know this thing was hacked a while back. But as you can see, it's got a whole bunch of information. You can see my Twitter accounts, Instagram account, all kind of stuff. You got your script locations. So I guess you could do a lot with this. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you need to explain that there, Gabe. I don't know. He said you could use this command derb your URL. Okay, I never heard of that one. That's a new tool, but I typically use derb. Okay, hey, let's run that one as well. I'm glad you able to bring that up, Gabe. Appreciate it. Let's compare the two. Actually, let's open up another terminal and run that command as well. So derb, and let's make sure that's right. Yeah, derb, and then let's go https :// KeepItTechie.com, and let's run that against there. And Gabe, we're gonna have to get together, bro, and just play around with some of these tools, or you can show. Oh damn, what the hell? Gabe over here putting out some stuff I ain't never heard of, bro. I ain't never heard of derb, bro. We gonna have to play around with it though, man. Or do a live stream or something where we just go through some tools or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can show, the tools or whatever. And that's why I like Google Meets, because they have it where you can open up a like a I mean everybody in the group can share their screens and obviously open up what you call it? Like a little window where you can write in and all that stuff. So yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely get together for that, bro. Oh man, hey, what you got me doing, Gabe? I don't, and I've actually heard of Dork Raver, the Dork Raver. I think now, does he have any more tools? If you know, you know what I'm saying, off the top of your head. I'm not asking you to, say it up right now, but I wonder. So where is it, and also where is it putting all this? let's see, wordless file. So user share wordless common.txt URL base. So where's it outputting a lot of this stuff? Because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm surprised I still got 22 people in here, man. Hey, shout out to you guys for sticking with me. Currently it's going through a default word list for your site. Okay. I got you. But yeah, shout out to everybody that's rocking with me, man. I'm this is actually past an hour. I didn't even expect to go this long. Um but let's go back over here. But yeah, with this application, I'm assuming I don't know how you would use this, but I would, I don't know, cat this out to, not cat it out, but write it out to a drive. Like write your output out to not a drive, but a file or something. So you can run this. Let me show you. You could create a file name, for this as well. So you can write out the output to a text file. So let's say kit.com, and then you can put like something to distinguish it, but it's gonna put it in my home directory or the current directory I'm in, and it won't give you any output here, so you can write it out to a file just like that. And if you need it for something else, at least with this application, hold on, he canceled on that. I'm just trying to open up a folder. There we go. So that's that same output that came out in the terminal. So you could do that if I don't know what to actually do with this stuff, and like I said, Gabe can explain this probably more than me on what you can actually do with this output. And it's mainly, to me, is information gathering. You're gathering information about a site and gathering information that could possibly help you with pen testing a site. That's what I assume you can do with this tool. So hack crawler, check that out. But also, Gabe got me over here running. Gabe got me over here running something, man, getting a whole bunch of detailed information from my website. Hey, y'all, don't run this against my site. I'm just playing. I don't care, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I like I said, he probably could explain this more than me or better than me. You know what I'm saying? But I let that keep running in the background. But he says this is a new tool. So check that out if you're interested in it. But that's one of the new tools that they actually, put in Cali. So let's get back over here to some of the other tools, and I won't go through all of them. I might do a video breaking down some of these once I figure out what they actually do. PHP exploit. So that might be a exploiter for PHP. Not sure how. And actually, let's go to the home page for it. Open that up as well. It's the GitHub page. So you open up PHP exploit. It looks like set to target. So it could be a website, however, and then exploit. Wow. More than 20 plugins to automatic privilege escalation tasks, bypassing PHP security restrictions, upload, download files. Maybe somebody used this crap on my WordPress site. Somebody might have used this on my WordPress site, man. Uploading files to my damn server that I had to go through and clean up. That's why I'm getting rid of. I'm getting rid of um some of this stuff. I mean WordPress. But hey, this is the quick story. So don't you remember what I was telling you guys that early in this live stream? If you're still here from the beginning, I was talking about how a lot of these tools can be installed on different, on different Linux distributions. It just doesn't have to be Kali. You can install a lot of this stuff on there. Just install PHP, and then it says git clone. then cd into that directory, and then use pip. So pip3 will install all the requirements and everything you need for it, and then you're good to go. You can run the application from there. As you can see, there's supported platforms, so Linux and Mac OS. So you can install it on Mac OS, as well as a target. That's the targets right there. But the attacker, you have to be on Linux or Mac OS. Um, and yes, guys, I'm getting rid of WordPress on one of these sites. I hate WordPress too. You know what I'm saying? Uh, that's exactly what it is: information gathering and reconnaissance. Yeah, thank you for explaining that, Gabe, because I definitely didn't know what that tool was for. Used for, because like I said, I don't do this. You know what I'm saying? I don't do cybersecurity. I don't go through and try to hack things. I don't even do any type of hacking in any way. And that's another reason I kind of stay away from a lot of these tools, because I don't want to be looked at as somebody trying to do something illegal. I'm not trying to do anything illegal. I'm just learning the tools. You know what I'm saying? So I'm limited on what I actually do, and I only use these tools on sites that I own, on my websites or my servers. Which this is one of my servers. KeepItTechie.com. That's one of my servers in the cloud. But I mean, yeah, Google may have a problem with it or something, but I essentially own this server. You know what I'm saying? I pay for it monthly, for the usage of it. So um, I shouldn't have any issues, running this against my own server. You know what I'm saying? So, but you always want to have permission before you start playing around with some of this stuff. But this is information gathering, so it shouldn't be no problem. Even if you ran this on another site, it shouldn't matter, because you're not doing anything illegal. If the information is out there and it can be accessed via a tool, it's not really hacking in any way, unless it's an area of the site that you're not supposed to have access to. Um, so yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. But hey, it's been over an hour. I actually, did some cool stuff. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed this. I'm gonna keep letting um this application run that Gabe told me about. And it's actually, it looks like it's getting a lot of information. I'm gonna look for where it's actually storing this, and try to find it, play around with it, and see what information it gives us. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody that came through. Let me go on and switch up my screen, because I'm gonna go on and end this thing. I could have went longer, but I'm gonna just call it a day. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple things I got to do the rest of the day, but shout out to everybody that came through and that was hang with me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, do the exact same thing, bro. Open up Kali Linux, install it on a virtual machine, open up Kali Linux, and play around with some of these tools. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get good with using them, or understanding them, or fully understand them, is by playing around with them and seeing what they actually do, and reading the documentation on the actual application. And that's something I've been doing with Linux for a very long time. That's how I'm actually able to just type out commands in the command line and get things going. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been doing it for a long time, and that's how you get good at it, is by playing around with it and reading documentation, and getting there and trying it out. But shout out to everybody that came through. Definitely appreciate you guys for coming through and hanging out with me. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And of course, keep it techie.